How did I get here?
Yeah.
Okay. How far back do I go?
That's a great question. How I got to Neumann, I really think was guided by the Holy Spirit. It's funny, I'd been working at a Catholic nonprofit in Camden. We were a kind of a housing community development nonprofit. That's what we were involved in. And our pipeline to houses really dried up. And so it was a situation where I also helped with HR besides the institutional advancement and public relations. And so wound up with layoffs. And when the time came, then I had to lay myself off. And so I was really looking for a job. And if truth be told, I came to Neumann in 2006. But actually in 2002, when we decided to move to South Jersey, I interviewed at Neumann and at the nonprofit where I eventually went to work. And both places offered me a job. I went in the other direction and worked for the nonprofit, and that only lasted for 4 years. And then what did I do? Wound up getting offered a job at Neumann, and this time I took it. I think the Holy Spirit hit me over the head and said, it's time to do this. So that's how I got here. It's all thanks to Sister Marguerite. That's who we contacted.
So I started teaching right out of film school. So I went to school in Ohio for film production, but I felt like I wanted some more experience before I taught other students, since I had just been a student myself. So in Philadelphia, I worked a lot, did some freelance stuff, worked on a few feature films, just kind of like freelance, whatever came along. And I got a job in corporate video, so doing work in for the pharmaceutical industry. It was like training videos. So I felt like I had more to impart to students at that point in my life after I had a lot more production experience and just sort of life experience. So that's how I got to Neumann, and it's been great.
Oh, there's so many things I enjoy about being at Neumann. And I guess first and foremost, I would say
my colleagues. I think that this, honestly, I've worked at a lot of different places, and I can say, like, for a fact that these are the nicest colleagues I've ever had.
I'm very blessed to work with people who are sharp, who are mission driven. Rise's values is for real here. I think from the top, from Dr. Domes down to shuttle drivers and Sodexo employees. If you're on our campus, I think you try to live Rise's values, and none of us get it right 100% of the time. But I've never worked at a place that tries so hard to get it right. And so being in that kind of atmosphere.
An atmosphere at Neumann that's different than other places I've worked. So I really like that.
I could not finish answering this question without saying, I really think what keeps me here are the students. I think the students are just so authentic and what's the word?
Like generous and inquisitive. They've made me feel really at home here. When I teach film, in particular film production, I love to see when that sort of light bulb goes off, when, it's a lot to learn. There's a lot of technical information, as you know, a lot of sort of like learning the language of film. Editing, that is a whole other thing. So it's not just shooting, it's like learning to use the editing software, but when it kind of clicks and students get really excited and they sort of know how to control the technology to make it do what they want it to do. I love seeing that happen because I remember it happening for me and how much I loved, putting together films when I was a student myself. So yeah, so those are some of the things I like about this place. Oh, wow. World peace and end to the problems of, the climate. So many things, but that's on a large scale, I guess. I don't know. What I hope for here at this place, I guess career-wise and, just as my time here as a faculty member is to really build the film studies program more and the film production stuff. We're going to have a film festival starting next spring, and I'm super excited about that. So I think the more we can kind of come together as a community and make work that is meaningful, creative, visual work, creative films. That to me is really exciting. So I think that's what I hope, just to sort of like continue with that camaraderie that started here, and that, because I think that when people come together in groups like that, the creativity really blossoms. You kind of feed off of each other's good ideas. So I hope that that we can really just continue to grow all of that, film related stuff, because that's really my passion. I love the other classes that I teach here as well, but I would love to see that part of the program grow.
Going forward, I really do hope that I'm able to finish my career at Neumann, and of course, you never know. Every day is a gift. You never know how many days we have left, right? And I'm not saying that because I'm 68 years old now. I would have told you the same thing at 28. I've never taken a day of life for granted. If I had more time, I would tell you a bit more detail on that, but I will tell you this much. I was born 2 months premature in 1953. I was born in the middle of August. I was due in the middle of October. And I was 3 pounds. And 3 pounds in 1953, you didn't have much chance to survive. And they told my mother and my father that, this one's not going to make it. Well, here I am. They put me in an incubator, and here I don't remember any of that. But I've been told that story so often in my life growing up that I do think that it's very foundational to my psyche, to my outlook, to realize that every day is a gift. And so it's true of all of us, whether we were, born 2 months early or 3 months late or something, but every day is a gift. But that's been very foundational to me. So I don't know how many days I have left, but in whatever days I have, I hope to spend them here at Neumann, and I hope to continue to help students and to help Neumann as much as I can in the future. That's my hope. I hope I don't have to look for another job. I really do hope I can finish my working career right here at Neumann.